Hi guys, Dean here. Just going to do a quick market watch update. We're looking at the price of Bitcoin in Canadian dollars. I'm going to start by looking at the 1,000-day moving average. The reason I love this yellow moving average so much is it's always kind of represented a really good time to buy, in my opinion. We can look back at the 2018 bear market. As soon as it went under the 1,000-day moving average, if you were buying, you were literally buying the bottom. Same with the last bear market. As soon as we went down below the 1,000-day moving average, if you started accumulating, you would have been accumulating the bottom. You would have been very happy this last bull market. And currently, again, we are trading underneath this 1,000-day moving average. And in my opinion, it's probably a pretty good time to start accumulating again. We can take that one step further by looking at the 200-week moving average. It's a little bit further out. So let's open up this 200-week moving average. We can see back here, we barely touched it. Like if you bought at the 200-week moving average, you were buying the very, very bottom. And same with back over here. If you were buying under the 200-week moving average, it was a great time to buy. You can see all this opportunity that we got all down through here. You know, some wicks down in here. If you were buying that, you're still very happy. I'm taking a look now. You know, we are getting some couple candle closes, some wicks, but you know, there's no guarantee that we're gonna see this type of action like we did last bear market. It could be closer to what happened over here, where we got maybe like one wick here, a little wick here, maybe a couple days worth of opportunity. We've already gotten more than that. Taking it one step further, we can take a look at the 300-week moving average. So we can see the 300-week moving average. If you were buying below the 300-week moving average, you only had a little bit of time, and it was the absolute bare bottom of that market. This big red candle right here, this dump, is when FTX collapsed and everybody said, you know, crypto is going to be dead for 10 years. It was never going to recover. It was never going to be the same. Over here, they didn't even get close to it. So, you know, to me, if the FTX hadn't have collapsed last bear market, we may not have even got down this low. So unless we get you know, some really bad news, which would be good news for us because we're looking to buy cheaper. It's hard to not buy at this level, knowing that it has been the bottom several times, and that there is no guarantee that we will drop down to the 75. That's 75,000 is basically where the 300-week moving average is right now. And if it gets down there, blessed. And that's all. That's all I really want to look at. That's really all I care about. To me, we're in a good time to accumulate. We don't know how long it's going to last. We can all speculate. Like we can look at this time. You know, it was 140 days. This market from whenever we broke below the 1,000-day moving average till we broke back above was 504 days. So a lot longer. How far is 504 days from here? June 2027, end of June. Are we guaranteed to get one that long? Absolutely not. The 2018 was what? What was it? Was that again? Let me see. basically 133. So 2018, would have been over in June. You know, if you hadn't have bought, if you hadn't have loaded up by June, you would have already been paying, you know, above the 1,000-day moving average. So now is the time, and who knows how long the opportunity will be. Keep an eye for, you know, if we get a nice drop down to the 75,000 level, that might be pretty interesting. Yeah, other than that, that's all I gotta say. Peace.